Ara Ara. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Ara Ara Channel. It's your host Vivs, and with me today is my usual co-host Amy. How are you, Amy?
All good. So if you notice, my hair is not curled today. It's because I want to say I'm going for the wet hair look, but it's honestly because I just had a shower. And I didn't curl it.
I honestly think it's a Filipino thing. Like, I swear to God, whenever I reach home, I immediately have to take a shower, regardless of what I did, you know. And like, I have to schedule what I do based on my shower. Like, for example, I already took a shower. Oops, no going out for grocery. I gotta order now. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like if I go out, like even like step outside my house, I'm dirty now. Like
immediately I'm dirty. I have to take a shower. Like, I don't know if it makes sense to other people, because I know some people in Dubai that they, like, for example, at work, you know, like my workmates will tell me like, oh yeah, after work yesterday, I immediately went to my bed and lie down, and I was like, huh? Who does that? Like, it's blasphemous for me. I don't know if I'm normal or what. Do you do that too, Amy?
I'm sure I've done it at some point in my life, but on an intentional basis, no, because that's just, you know, Filipino math. We stay outside. Filipino math is like staying outside for like 10 hours, then coming home and like prepping yourself for 2 other hours just to go to sleep. You know?
Exactly. And especially for us, we have to dry our hair. You know, like, oh my God, Filipino math. I can't understand Filipino math. Speaking of, I recently traveled to Singapore, right? And then I have a coworker who's telling me like, oh, what time is your flight? And I was like, I think it's 7 p.m. So I have to be there by 2. And he was like, what do you mean 2? I was like, yeah, I have to be there by 2 because, you know, like, I have to be there. They told me in the office that, no, girl, you only have to wait for 3 hours. You have to only be there 3 hours ahead of your flight. So you can be there like, you know, maybe 4 or something. And I was like, no, have to be there at 2. and then the funny thing is, like, I don't know if you've noticed this, Amy, but when I was in that queue going to Singapore, or even before that, I went to Georgia, I think last year, I had to print out everything. Itinerary, ticket, hotel booking. Again, that's Filipino math. I have to be there 5 hours early. I have to prepare myself. I have to have my printouts because that's how Filipinos do it, you know? And then,
that's
right?
true,
like, but when I went to Singapore,
because in Philippines, nothing is digitized.
You get my point. Like, nothing is digitized. You have to print out everything. You know, like, even when I went out of the country the first time, I had to print out everything. Like, I had to bring, girl, I have my birth certificate with me. Just imagine that. Like,
yeah.
Why? Because you have to have it. Like, immigration in the Philippines will be checking
it. Here. Yeah, it's a why here in Dubai. But in Philippines, like, it's a given. Like, I remember when Nico was coming to Dubai for the first time. And, you know, before he left the Philippines, they were asking for all these papers. Oh, can you show me that you have this and that you have that? And then he even had to show proof that we were together.
Yeah,
you know, like, maybe that's not your real, you know, partner or whatever. And then he gets to Dubai and then he's like, we're at the immigration line in Dubai. I just wait with him, like, because in Dubai, for those who are watching, you can just use the smart gates. You can just exit like a normal person if you live here. But because it was my boyfriend's first time to reach Dubai, he had to wait in the line with like everyone else. So I just went with him, and he was like taking out all these papers from his bag, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just preparing because they're gonna ask again at the immigration, and then I'm like, no, they won't care. They, you know, they scan your eyes. That's it. And then we find, and he's like, no, I just need to be sure. We finally reached the immigration counter, and the guy at the immigration was like, what's this? He's like, all my papers.
Passport.
I don't need that. Stand. And then they just scanned his eyes, passport, and then that's it. And then we went out.
You see, okay, guys, just to, like, quick update about my life. So I recently went to Singapore to watch Final Fantasy Distant Worlds, and then girl has been to Singapore to watch the concert. It was so mind-blowing, and I'll probably have a vlog upcoming in the next few days, hopefully, once I have the energy to edit the video. But yeah, that's the thing. And then, I don't know, for some reason, maybe I became used to living in Dubai. I didn't print anything when I was going to Singapore, and then when I was queuing for the check-in, girl, I can see who the Filipinos are in that queue. And only Filipinos have the printouts. Like, I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up. You guys can definitely usually see that whenever you're traveling. Only Filipinos bring printouts. I swear. That's a Filipino culture that we have. But the reason why we're talking about this Filipino math is because of this recent trend of girl math, boy math. That are you doing girl math in your real life?
Give me an example of girl math, like
Okay,
the
like
most
for
famous
example,
girl math.
okay,
that you
shopping
can think
one.
of.
Like for
the shopping
example,
one,
if I
right?
bought this dress for let's say 50 dirhams, and I'm gonna be wearing it in the office, let's say at least I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times in a month. So I have to count the daily use of this dress. Like for example, in a year I've worn this for how many times? 3 times 12. Shit, it's math. I don't even count that. Yeah, okay.
3 times 12 is
36.
36.
So 36 divided by 50 dirhams that I paid for this. So that's your daily use. You try to justify,
Yeah.
like for example, you're comparing this 50 dirham dress to let's say a 1000 dirham dress that you really like. It's so cool, but you're barely gonna wear it. So which one would you choose? Then obviously I will choose the outfit that I will use more. Because it doesn't make sense. Like I'll buy a 1000 dirham dress and then I'll only use it for one major event. Let's say a gala dinner or like corporate stuff. That's my version of girl math. And I think most women do
Of
that.
girl
And like
math.
another example is simple thing, paying for shipping fee. If, let's say, for example, you order in Namshi says that if you reach 100 dirham order, your shipping is free. But if you don't, you have to pay, let's say, extra 10 dirhams or 20 dirhams. So let's say if your cart is currently on 80 dirhams, then might as well look
Like
for something.
spend enough to get the free shipping.
Exactly. Because like you're gonna be paying for it anyway. You might as well use it for something that I can use. You know? So how about you? Do you do that as well?
The shopping cart thing a little bit, because but for me it's not necessarily clothes, it's like food.
Yeah,
You know,
Kareem, food delivery.
Yeah, exactly, like the food deliveries. Like when I'm on Talabat, for example, I'm like, oh, I have to spend minimum 50 dirhams for free delivery and my cart is 30. I think I need more food. I think I actually want dessert now, you know.
Just for the 7 dirham delivery, you know?
For the
like
7 dirham free delivery.
Exactly. You have to order 20 dirhams more. Which doesn't make sense, but somehow it does. Because, you know, you're getting something.
Because now you have dessert and you're not paying extra.
Exactly. It's math. And that's what I also do in Kareem. Because in Kareem, the threshold is like 30 dirhams. If you order in 30 dirhams, you will be saving the delivery fee. So, like, makes sense. Let's go.
I love how like girl math comes so easily to you, but a while ago when you were like 3 times 12, shit, it's actual math.
Girl, don't make me count real numbers. It's the practicality of the idea. Okay? So yeah, and then what else? I think it started as a trend for girl math, and then eventually boys wanted to be in on the party. People on Twitter made fun of them. I don't think it's Twitter anymore, it's X. It's kind of weird searching for Twitter now. Because for me, I'm still used to typing like Twitter. Because I don't use it frequently. Like, I don't even remember when was the last time I used my account. And then, if I just type X, Google will be like, what
Like,
X do you need?
Right? It's not search engine optimized.
Is
like,
it X like this or X like, right?
Me
like,
searching X videos. No, I meant
Twitter videos! Well, yeah, I mean, going back to the topic, so they wanted in on the party. And what's an example of boy math, Amy, that you are familiar with?
boy math. Oh.
They were made fun.
Oh, I'm not even sure.
They were made fun of
Can you think
people
of, like, one?
on TikTok and X or Twitter just because, like, girls were having fun with the girl math. And then they were like, okay, boy math is like having a kid is not a commitment, but marriage is a commitment.
Right, that's why I can't think of like proper boy math, because I feel like a lot of men took it seriously.
Exactly. They took it seriously, so the girls backfired. Or like, I mean, it backfired on them because like the girls were like, okay. So you think a girl is a gold digger when you only have 3 pairs of socks under your name?
Oh, yeah.
It's not mathing. Like, it's always the guys who doesn't have money that they think girls are gold diggers. Like, bro, come on. You will only have what?
Right.
1 pair of socks after the relationship? That's just a bad thing. Like, let's be real. Yeah, so you do you have any idea about boy math?
No, like I said, I can't. It's not coming to me because I feel like they took it seriously and then there's nothing.
Yeah. Because like for us girls, like honestly, I do it frequently, so frequently that I don't have a word for it, but it just makes sense in my mind. Now, going on to the show, since we're still an anime podcast, I wanted to make this math version to
Yep.
anime math. Like, what are the things in anime that doesn't make sense, but somehow, since it's anime, we are giving it the free pass that, girl, it's anime. You know, like for example,
Yeah.
I'm watching One Piece recently, right? Like in Alabasta arc. I'm not sure which part of Alabasta you're in.
I am in there, or am I what's his name? Vivi's childhood friend who's the head of the rebellion.
Koza, something.
Yeah, Koza. He was shot,
Mm.
and basically Crocodile has like encompassed the entire place with sand, and the both sides think that the other is shooting the other.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was there a mention of any bombs? Or
Yeah.
not yet?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a mention of bomb.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's annoying for me in that part was the fucking timer of the bomb.
Mm.
Like, they said that it's only 30 minutes left before
Yeah.
the bomb.
At 4:30.
And girl, it was like 10 episodes ago. And it's still 30 minutes. And then after 5 or so more episodes, it's 15 minutes left. And then in that 15 minutes left, another 10 episodes. Before like I don't know, how do you guys count minutes in anime?
No, but at least
Honestly, it makes sense.
at least the thing with One Piece is they were showing segments of what was happening in different parts, right? Like, oh, this is what was happening with Zoro in those 30 minutes. This is what is happening with Nami in those 30 minutes. But it's not like Dragon Ball Z, where there's like, okay, this is like a 3-second fight, and then
Yeah.
it's like how many episodes, and it's just that, like, oh, all of that happened in like
Like, for
seconds.
example, like I remember there is this running joke in Slam Dunk, because it was a popular show in the Philippines, right? Like
Yeah.
one character, let's say Mitsui, will be doing a 3-point shoot, and then mid-air, the ball is in mid-air, guys, and then his flashbacks are happening. Like, you know, the memory of Coach Kansai talking to him about, hey, you should go back to basketball, shouldn't be a gangster anymore. All the while, the ball is still mid-air, and it's like, and then in the beginning of the episode, he shot the ball, or like, you know, shoot the ball, and then at the end of the episode, then it goes through, and you're like, was that just a whole fucking episode of me waiting for the ball to be, you know,
Shot into a basket.
exactly? And like, that's what I'm saying about the Alabasta arc. There will be a part there that you will see, Amy, like, literally, it's just, I swear to God, just a few seconds before the bomb goes off.
Okay.
That's what annoys me so much. So I'm not gonna spoil anything to you, but like, and I like how anime characters can say something about, like, as you said, 3-second fight, and then they will dodge mid-air and say like a lot of lines mid-air. Like, bro, you're falling off of a building and you're spouting your like techniques and whatever.
Your
and
technique
like,
itself is like 10 seconds worth. What are you saying?
bro, I cannot even think in 10 seconds that fast. Like, 10 seconds, I'm dead. Like, dead. That's it, you know? So, I don't know. What are some anime maths that annoys you, Amy?
I think it's mostly that, unless we like have to look. I think what's better is like we search for like anime math.
Okay.
Like, what other anime math is there?
Let me check Twitter or X. The
Speaking
Bible.
I will check threads. Let me
Okay.
just check online. One moment. So wait, what's coming up are just like you're seeing all the anime math?
How about you on your end? How is it?
No, threads are just showing users. It doesn't. You can't search actual.
Are you serious? Let me
text.
check.
Yeah, like you should check your phone even like.
Like, what? Is it not optimized yet for desktop? Like, hey, Meta.
Oh my god, that would be so dumb. Like having a text platform and it's not SEO optimized for text.
Yeah, because all it's showing me are like people. When I typed anime, math, like,
Yeah. Okay.
just people. Meta,
I
if
don't
you're
know, Threads,
listening, gotta optimize this shit, you know, making some bucks from ads. But anyway, going back. So I'll read this one first. It says, anime math. An attack like this lands and then that character will smile and say something. Was that all? Like, bro, look at the explosion. Like, tell me, how does it work? Like, yeah, that's true. Like in Dragon Ball, people are just like, boom, big explosion, planetary explosion.
Is that all?
Is that
I
all?
think Dragon Ball is like the epitome of anime math. Like any anime math you can think of, it's there.
And it doesn't make sense. Like, it really won't make any sense, like, honestly. But anyway, going back, that's not the point, because that's anime math for us. So next anime math is this. Why is nobody talking about Bleach having the 3 best episodes stretched in the history of anime? It's actually insane. I mean, can't relate because we haven't really... Have you watched the latest Bleach?
No, I haven't.
Nah, okay. This one is funny. So, spicy margarita. So, it says here, girl math this, boy math that, but anime math is if it looks like a girl, it's really a boy. If it looks like a boy, then it's really a girl. If they look young, then they are like 100-something years old, which is true. Bisque, hello. But yeah, like, you'd think that, like, for example, Kurapika. I don't even know up until this date if it's a boy or a girl, but they say it's a boy. I mean, he's a boy.
I mean, no. When I saw Kurapika, I thought he was a boy, but I was confused why people thought he was a girl.
Because of the dub. Like, it was a female dub, and you can literally hear the hint of it being towards to that side. Like, for example, I forgot what's his name in Japanese, but in Yu Yu Hakusho, in Ghost Fighter, Dennis, the red-haired one, because he's called Dennis in the Philippine dub. I don't know what's his... Kurama. Kurama is his Japanese name, I think. He was voiced by a female, and the voice, you can literally hear that it's like going towards the feminine side. So, I don't know. Right? And I think they do that on purpose to somehow confuse you. But anyway,
so anime voiceover math be like, let's confuse.
Yeah, like they're in on it. Like, I swear to God, you know. Maybe you can also check on your end if there's anything that you wanna bring up, because I'm just like,
Sure.
this one is so funny. Wait, anime math. The main character trains for 2 days and is able to defeat the villain that has lived or trained thousands of years.
I saw this one. Yep.
like, for example, Fairy Tail. You know, like the main character just defeats the enemy by power of friendship.
Yep.
Power of friendship solves everything.
Isn't it like not fair to dedicate your entire life just to be defeated by some kid with colored hair? Like,
look at Naruto. Like, imagine the planning of Madara from, after his death, he has to have some backup plan and putting, I forgot what's the first Hokage's name was, but like, putting his cells to lengthen his life, and then he has Obito, and like, having this huge master plan, and then Naruto is like, fuck you. Like, and another example is, what do you call this? Demon Slayer. Right? Like, Muzan. I mean, not to spoil people, but like, imagine once he defeats Muzan, which is obviously, I don't think it's a spoiler because it's an inevitable truth that he will defeat the main villain, But like, just imagine, Muzan became a demon, and all his life he just wants to be able to walk under the sun. But, like, this kid comes in and he has like, okay, let me just train for like few years and then, kill this 1,000-year-old demon, and like, that's it. That's my job. How about you, Amy? Do you have any entries on your Threads
there's
account?
one. Anime boy math is having one traumatic event happen to you as a child, and instead of growing as a person, you start a fascist death cult and kill 80% of the world.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. 100%. Okay, now, tweet says, anime math. When a character's clothes get wrecked, and in the next day or next scene, they are perfectly fine. Like, wow, he just ripped a hole in your gut and you're drowning in blood. But yo, Gucci, you went to Federal Japan's men warehouse and they sued you right up. And the picture, the photo is so funny because it's Inuyasha. Literally, look at his clothes. It's all torn, all messed up.
Yeah.
And like, bro, how? And the thing is, as far as I remember, there's only one, what do you call this? Rat something clothes. They call this the red outfit that Inuyasha is
Mm.
always wearing. It's like one of a kind because it was from a gift from his mom or something or whatever. And like how? Bro, it must have been torn apart. That's why I remember in the previous episode in One Piece, I mentioned that that's one realistic thing that they did for One Piece live action, to have the characters
This,
switch clothes.
exactly.
Because it doesn't make sense if Luffy has been wearing the same outfit all throughout. Like, bro, how many vests do you have? How many red ones do you have?
Exactly. No, and what I liked as well was when it was both in like the anime and in the live action where Nami was like, "I can stitch your hat for you,"
Yeah. Which makes
right?
sense,
Like
right?
it's yeah. Like okay, so that happens.
Yeah, and it's like the explanation why you don't see any torn marks on Luffy's hat because like Nami literally fixed it for him, right? But in some animes it
Mm.
will be like, yeah, it's torn today, but tomorrow it's must be fine, like all well, or like there's no issue with it. It's all fixed. So anyway, what else? Do you have anything there?
I've I've got anime boy math is spending years chasing your terroristic woman beating best friend, but not being able to make it to your son's birthday. And then the
Naruto.
photo is Naruto. No, but like fathers of anime, right? Like what we covered. Like
Mm.
they're out there like doing whatever, saving the world, and then they can't do like basic shit of being like a dad just because they don't wanna.
Ahem, Jing, ahem.
Dude, Usopp, I felt so bad. Like I felt so bad, especially like in the live action where Luffy's like, "Oh, Yasop, I know him. He was like a father to me." It's like,
Bro, Usopp just told you that
bro.
he's missing his dad, and you're gonna be telling him, yeah, Yasop, he's like my second dad. Like, bro, what do you want? What do you want from me? But yeah, like, I swear to God, anime dads
And
are
then,
a different level of crazy. See? Anime dad math, right?
yeah, it's anime
Big.
dad math. Oh, I have more anime dad math.
Mm.
It's missing your son's whole childhood, unaliving yourself, and leaving the fate of the world to your son, who is 10 years old.
Which, which anime is this?
Dragon Ball.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, like, see, imagine the math. It's not mathing. Like, let's not go too far. Hunter, x Hunter. Look at Jing.
Yeah, exactly. Jake, he's like, you want to find me? Go to Green Island. Like you can die.
Like
It's
find the
fine.
cards, and then once he found the cards, he has 3 options to choose from. Which cards are you gonna take back to the real world? And you're like, yo, if he chose this card, magnetic field, over a company on, then it will be going to me. But like, if it's a company on, take him to fight because he still needs some more strength to just see me in person. And then I think I forgot that lady's name, the dog lady from the Zodiac, and she said that
Yeah.
maybe you're just a coward. You didn't want to see your son. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like
Another
Jing has this power, or like his ability to foresee the future, or like intuition. So he has
exactly.
I am quite sure it was calculated that Gon will pick a company on instead of magnetic field. So that's anime dad math for you guys.
Dude, another anime dad math. This is unintentional. You can't pay rent, and instead of getting a job, you just turn your dog and your daughter into your next work project.
I mean, well, if I'm living alone, I don't have any more commitments. I can pay rent easily for one person. I don't know.
Can you imagine, like, if that's what he could do in the economy before? Like, what about the economy now? What could he? Especially in the economy now, especially like no one can pay rent, dude. Like, how?
Yeah.
What are you able to do now?
Bro, it's hard living
Like,
alone.
what are you willing to do?
I mean, that's why people are living in crowded spaces now. Like, pack as much people as you can, like 1-bedroom apartment. Let's make that 20. Right? Like,
Exactly.
what else do you have there? Wait.
Ooh. Okay, the picture is of Nezuko,
Mm-mm.
and it's anime girl math. Instead of being a full character with your own wants and desires, you are just a plot device for your male protagonists.
Oops. Like, let's give another example aside from Nezuko, because Nezuko is like, I don't know. I'm not sure if she fits this anime math, but who else? Sakura.
Sakura, she's just
Following
there.
Sasuke. She's just there. But honestly, I don't get the hate. on Sakura? I've been seeing a lot of posts hating about her, but like, please enlighten me. Like, what makes you guys annoyed with Sakura?
I am annoyed with Sakura.
Why?
I was never I never liked her because she she was just that it's exactly that. She was just a character. It just seemed like she was just there to be simping on Sasuke, and that's it. Like Naruto was also a simp for Sasuke, but you could see like his growth and development, trying to improve. And then Sakura, the only thing that was cool about her was her fight with Chio. I'm
Sasori.
so bad at names. Sasori. Like the only cool thing about her was her fight with Sasori. Like even then she had help. It wasn't just her. It's like that. Like she's just there. And if she is part of something, she just does something stupid. Like for example, during the during the whole war, like all
Mm-mm.
she had to do was take out Obito's eye,
Mm-mm.
and then she just froze. She was like, and then like he got away. So it's like, do something useful. Like she does not do anything useful. She's just there.
Because like in that logic, you mentioned that Sakura is only simping for Sasuke, but how about Hinata? She was simping for Naruto the whole time,
Yeah, I didn't like
right?
Hinata either.
Oh, really? Okay. So who among the Naruto women did you like?
Yeah, so I like Tsunade.
Yeah.
Um,
I like her
I
too,
like
actually.
I like what's her name? The one who Shikamaru ends up marrying from the wind.
Temari. Temari.
Temari.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like her
I like
too.
her too. I was about to say her actually, those two
Yeah,
characters. Who
yeah.
else?
So, mm, Ino a little bit. At least
Mm.
she has more sense than Sakura. She has, yeah. She seems she's more useful than Sakura.
Hmm.
But there's a lot there. Like I would pick her over Sakura,
Okay.
but it is what it is. But speaking of like Naruto and the girls there, like I have another one here.
Mm.
It's anime. It's a photo of Naruto and Hinata, and it says, "Anime girl math is being a fully trained warrior, but fainting at the sight of a very mid man."
A very what?
Mid.
Can you show me the? Can you share your
I'll show
screen?
you.
Oh shit! Okay, now I get it. Okay, but can we have some more example of this? Like, is there any other
Hmm.
character that's like this,
Hmm.
or is it just really Hinata who like Naruto-kun?
maybe it's maybe it's like harem ones in general. Like all of them are just chasing after just a guy. I think we had this episode, right? Like
Which
all of
one?
these harem ones. I don't
Ah,
know if
yeah,
I
yeah.
said this in real life or like we had an episode, but it was sort of like that, where it's like all these like beautiful women with actual personalities, like they're smart or whatever, and they're all chasing after just like mid guy. Like he's just a guy. Like, he
I
does
think we,
nothing.
I think we discussed this when we were watching Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah.
Harem. But anyway, I mean, it wasn't a harem. Yeah. So anyway, like going back. So anime math. Photo is Ash with Pikachu.
Okay.
Says here, I mean, it's not an anime math thing, but it's like 10-year-old Ash Ketchum wins the Alola League Championship, his first Pokemon League Championship in his 20-year career. And then the math doesn't add up. That's the tweet. It's like, how? How is he still 10-year-old? Like, for example, I remember this very vividly. Like, I started watching Naruto when I was 8, 9 or 10,
Mm.
something like that. Like that age. And then Shippuden comes in and he's 16. And then I was watching Shippuden when I was 13, I think. And then by the time
Mm.
that I reached 16, I was still watching Shippuden. Like, girl, I'm already the same age with as Naruto and I'm still watching Naruto in his teens and being 16. Like, but anyway. And like, for example, I think you're the one who mentioned this to me, but Detective Conan, apparently, it has a lot of episodes, like more than 1,000, I
Yeah.
think, by now. But I think you're the one who told me that it's actually just a span of months.
Yeah.
And I was like, how many times have they had Christmas episode? What do you mean? What do
Actually,
you
I
mean?
didn't. It wasn't me. If it was me, I've clearly forgotten. I have bad memory. But
Yeah.
so to me, that's news.
Yeah, like someone
It's
told
weird.
me that it's only been a year or so after he got shrunk from that medicine. And I was like, bro, I've seen a lot of Christmas episodes. It's not
It's
adding
not
up.
canon.
Yeah, it's so like I don't know. Like how many episodes have they went to skiing trip? Like, how many holidays do you guys actually have? That's the first question.
I think anime math as well is like sort of what you shared
Hmm.
before. It's kind of like when it's like a Japanese festival, and then that's when you have to admit to your crush that you like them, and then
Yeah.
they end up
Fireworks.
together. Yeah, the
The fireworks.
fireworks.
And speaking of anime math, if it happens for a 12 episode shoujo anime, that fireworks episode has to be either episode 8 or episode 12. Either the middle part, which is usually episode 8, or episode 12, which is the ending. Because like I also had this theory in K-drama. Like for example, K-drama, if you've been watching a lot of K-drama, you will know that if it's only 12 episodes, they will start hinting the relationship around episode 8 or 9, to give you time to be immersed, that the male character or the male protagonist confessed around episode 5, but the female leading lady only felt the same feelings towards episode 8. Then now they will be like, there will be some conflicts. Either the family doesn't like the girl, or like the guy will be in an accident, or like whatever plot. But I
That's
swear to
so
God,
interesting
episode 8,
because
yeah.
for me, what I noticed, it's the opposite in Western media.
Hmm.
In like Western media for shows, they'll probably introduce a love story or sex in like the beginning just to kind of hook you. And then later on, the story's completely different. It's not about a relationship anymore or love or anything. It's like way deeper. And now you're just in this profound show. It's like, oh shit, like I'm into this now. It's not what it was when it started, which was
Yeah.
they kind of set up a love story to get you hooked, but then it becomes not the love story anymore.
But like honestly, that's one thing that gave me the ick for American series, because there was a
Mm,
time when I was in uni that I was watching a lot of American shows, because like you
mm,
get to that part that maybe I should try watching something. I've been watching a lot of anime, and like I remember watching Vampire Diaries. So I was
mm.
already at season 4, and everyone has fucked everyone. Like I don't know who else doesn't haven't fucked who, right? Like at this point, that's the only part that you're waiting for, right? Because like Elena fucked this guy, her ex, and then Damon, and then Stefan, I think his name,
Yeah.
and then another guy that she fucked, but apparently it's Catherine Pierce, or like the older version, like her old self, or like I don't know. That's the usual plot, I guess. And then that's why I stopped watching Vampire Diaries after season 4. I was like, okay, that's it. There's nothing more interesting in this show, but just like either sucking blood or sucking something else. So yeah.
You went pretty far with the show because I never really watched Vampire Diaries, and then like I think during COVID there were a lot of videos and it trended again and stuff. So I was like, okay, I think it's time for me to watch it. I watched like 2 3 episodes. I was like, yeah, it's still not for me.
Because at that time I was really see the only thing that made me want to keep watching was actually Bonnie, the
Mm.
witch. And at that time I was so fascinated with the idea of werewolves, vampires, that rabbit
Ah,
hole.
like the
Yeah.
Twilight era.
No, not Twilight, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah, it was that era that started it.
Yeah, but like for me, what made me interested was after I've read Shadowhunters. Like I've read
Mm.
the whole Shadowhunters series of Cassandra Clare, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and
I
then
think we
I
had it in our library at uni, didn't we?
yeah, we
Is
had,
that
and
where you
I
read it?
was I
Yeah.
was no, I was reading it from my PSP, because there was a time in uni that the movies like Hunger Games came out, and
Mm,
then you have Divergent came out, so I was reading
mm.
those books, and then 50 Shades came out, and I've read the book, surprisingly. I was reading it while doing bowling classes, or like I don't know whichever classes it was. And then yeah, I was reading Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunter. So I went down that rabbit hole. I wanted to know more about witches, vampires, werewolves, and fairies and stuff. So I was that's why I wanted to watch Vampire Diaries, because they have that kind of concept as well. And as far as I've
Mm.
heard, Bonnie, the witch, the whatever spell she's chanting, it's actually legit.
Actual spells,
Yeah,
yeah.
actual spells. That's what made me more intrigued. But yeah, anyway, going back to the anime. But yeah, I think you have consumed mostly American media, no?
Western, yeah. It's
I mean,
not
yeah,
just
sorry.
America. Like, yeah, a little bit of Europe and British, a lot of British ones as
Mhm.
well,
Yeah, but for me,
but
it's the
mostly
Asian ones.
movies from British. Yeah.
The Asian ones. Like that's why I know about K drama. The formula. I swear to God. You can correct me on this. I'm betting my life on that. Like I know that once I reach episode 8, that's the heading towards the
Mm.
climax part, like they will give you this lovey-dovey scene, the couple is together, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, going back. So, what else? Because in shonen animes, there's no pattern like that, right? Like the training, there's just a pattern of training arcs. Like I
Mm.
remember I was rewatching Hajime no Ippo. Every after a major fight, there will be a training arc. 2 episodes, he's training, doing jogging or whatever. Fight, training arc, fight. And you told me you don't like training arcs.
No, I just can't.
Yeah, but I mean, for Naruto, it was actually a fun training arc. Like when he was
Yeah, but
trying to what do you call this? Split the waterfall. Because he was thinking
mm,
split the waterfall in half like this. But Jiraiya was
mm,
like, no, split it like this. And he was like, huh? Right? That was his task to split the
mm.
waterfall in that sense. But yeah, anyway, going back. Do you have any more entries for anime math?
No, I don't have any more.
So yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. We have discussed a lot of anime maths, and I don't know, what do you guys think? Let us know, what other absurd anime maths have you guys observed throughout the years of watching anime. So Amy, anything to plug?
Yeah, you can follow me at just anything. And yeah, basically content over there is just anything. So yeah, follow if you want that.
So yeah, for me, just follow me on Instagram at VivsBlackMage. I also have a Twitch account. And I also have Facebook page, Vivs. And obviously, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Ara Ara Channel. And do check out our other videos and my upcoming vlog for Singapore. So yeah, see you guys again. I can't wait to share with you guys what happened to that concert. But yeah, so see you guys next week for another Ara Ara episode. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!
Ara ara.